All right, so target C is going to talk about real world situations, and we have to determine the model, whether it's going to be an equation or an inequality. All right, well, let's remember what's an equation. The equation is y equals mx plus b. Hopefully, you guys didn't forget. All right, the inequality, everything stays the same. However, for inequalities, I hope you remember that we don't use the equal sign. We use the greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to symbols. That's the difference between an equation and an equality. All right, most of the problems are going to tell you what to write, whether it's going to be an equation or an equality. So you guys have to really pay attention to everything they say on the word problem. All right, so it's very important that you guys read everything. So let's try number one. It says, a merchant is selling purses from a booth at a free market. He rents his space for 175 per day. The profit from each purse sold is $20. His goal is to make 5,125 in 5-day work week. Write an equation that represents how many purses he needs to sell in a week to meet his goal. All right, the first thing that you want to highlight is what are they asking you to do? Are we going to write an equation or an equality? Well, they told us write an equation. So I know my symbol is going to have an equal sign. All right, next you need to figure out the y part. Remember, y means total. All right, well, what's the total? What is his goal? Well, his goal is to make 5,125 for how many days? For 5 days, right? That's very important. All right, how much does he spend on his rent? Well, he rents his space for 175 per day, but they already told us how many days. They told us for 5 days. So guess what you have to do? You have to multiply. How much is 175 times 5? You get 875 for the 5 days. Because remember, his goal is to make 5 days. All right. Well, his space rental will be 875 for the 5 days. Also, they tell you the profit from each purse is $20. Remember, the profit is the money that you gain that you want to keep. All right, so 875 is the expenses, but the profit is money that you want to keep. So you're gonna have to subtract $20 per purse. You don't know how many purses yet, so X equals purses. You have to label all variables. And well, we wrote our equation and we're done. We don't have to solve it. All you have to do is write the equation. Can you guys try number 2, please? All right, next one. Number 3, Miss Holland has 1,750 saved for a vacation. Her airplane ticket costs $456, and they tell you write an equality to find out how much she can spend for everything else. Again, what do they ask you to write a what? An equality. That means I'm either using the greater than or less than symbols. All right, again, one side is always going to be the total. How much money do you have total, or what's the goal? Well, for this problem, I know the total is 1,750 because that's how much money I have. Okay? Think about it yourself. If that's how much money you have, well, can you spend more money? Obviously, you can because that's all you have. So that means that everything else has to be less than the money that you have. So my symbol is greater than or equal to symbol. Right? If you're still confused about the symbols, remember the open mouth means that's big. The little pointy arrow is telling you that this side has to be less. Same thing with the less than symbol. This is big, this side is big, while this side is less. All right. On the other side again is how much you're gonna be spending. Well, how much is the airplane ticket? The plane ticket is $456. All right, that's how much you're gonna spend on the plane. And they told you to write an equality to find out how much you can spend for everything else. Do you know what else are you gonna be spending on? You don't. That's why we wrote an equation for everything else. That means I'm gonna add X, and X represents everything else. You don't know what else are you gonna be spending on. Maybe you'll spend it on food, maybe you'll spend it on clothes. Whatever it is, you're only gonna spend the plane ticket, and everything else has to be less than the money you save. You don't have any more money. Can you guys try number 4 for me? All right, moving on to number 5. It says Brandon and Eric went out to dinner. The total cost of the meal, including the tip, came out to $39.50. If the combined tip came out to $7.80, and each friend spent an equal amount, write an equation to show how much each friend paid, not including the tip. All right, so again, what do they want you to write? They write an equation. That means I have my equal sign. And I keep saying one side is always going to be your total. Well, how much was the total? The total came out to be $39.50. Okay? It says the combined tip came out to $7.80. So from those $39.50, I know $7.80 came out from the tip. Well, I need to know how much was each meal. I do not know how much is each meal, so I'm gonna add 2x. Why I said 2x? Because it's Brandon and Eric. They both ate a meal. I don't know how much is the meal, so x represents the price of the meal. Hopefully we are understanding now. Can you guys try number 6 for me? All right, number 7, it says Isabel is thinking of becoming a hairdresser and is deciding where to open her own studio. If the hairdresser chooses location A, she will pay $1,200 per month in rent, and she will charge $45 per haircut. If she chooses location B, she will pay $1,830 per month in rent and will charge $80 per haircut. Define a variable, parentheses 1 point, and create an equation, 2 points, which shows how many haircuts she will have to give in 1 month to make the same revenue. So since we are creating the same revenue, at some point, no matter what location she chooses, she's gonna make the same revenue. All right, well, this is an equation. So remember they told you to write an equation that has an equal sign. That means that we need to compare locations. So we're comparing location. Location A goes here. And location B goes here. We are comparing locations. Alright, well, how much is she going to pay for rent? She's going to be paying $1,200 per month. They told you it's for 1 month. Alright, so then that's going to be for 1 month. And she's going to be charging $45 per haircut. What does X mean? Haircut. Notice that they told you to find the variable at 1 point. You need to tell me what the X represents. If you don't tell me, you lose points on the test. All right. Location B. How much is she going to be paying rent? $1,830 plus the $80 per haircut. And we have our equation. I labeled my variable and I created my location. Can you guys try number 8 for me? And the last one. It says a hot chips company spends $1,250 per day on business expenses plus 55 cents per bag of chips they make. All right, notice they're spending on expenses. What do you do on expenses? You spend money. Okay? They charge $1.05 for each bag of chips they produce. It says define a variable and determine the model that expresses how many bags of chips the company must sell in one day in order to make a profit. All right, notice that this problem does not tell you if you're going to use an equation or an inequality, right? But think about it. They're telling you how many bags of chips is the company going to make to make a profit. Remember again, profit is the money that you're gaining, money that you want to keep, money that's for you. Expenses is the money that you're wasting. So if you want to make a profit, then you want to be using the greater or less than symbol, where you're using an equality. Again, in one side you put how much is the total. Well, you can write this equation, well, the inequality, sorry, in two different ways, and I'll explain it very shortly. All right, so for instance, the first one, it says they spend, let's write the expenses on one side. They spend 1,250 plus the 55 cents per bag of chips. What does X represent? Bag of chips. Remember, you have to label it. This is 1 point right here. All right, that's the expenses. Now on the other side, what do I have on the other side? The other side, oops, sorry, I deleted everything. Let me write it again. Sorry about that. All right, and then the other side we said is gonna be the profit. Well, how much do they charge for the bag of chips? They charge $1.05 per bag of chips. We don't know how many bag of chips, right? All right, well, I told you that the profit has to be bigger. So on this occasion, your sign is less than symbol because this side has to be less. This is your expenses. This side has to be big. This is your profit. All right. You can also write the profit on this side and the expenses on the other side. It does not matter. What matters is that you put the right symbol. Again, since the profit is on this side, that means that my symbol is now greater than symbol. All right. Notice that this doesn't have the greater than or equal to symbol because you cannot make a profit if you are doing the same thing that your expenses are. So your expenses cannot be the same thing as your profit. To make a profit, it has to be more. That's why I don't have my equal symbol on the bottom. So again, it does not matter how you write it, as long as you know where to put your symbols, your inequality symbols. All right, try the last one.